And that just ties right into the stories of Hasidism. When Hasidism emerged, think about the Baal Shem Tov. Think about so many of the stories of the Baal Shem Tov. He's the founder of Hasidism. So Baal Shem Tov was born in the year 1698 and died in 1760. He started the Hasidic movement. We've all heard stories of the Baal Shem Tov, right? What are they? They're all the same. He's going through Eastern European Jewish villages, and he's basically inspiring Jews that are pretty much ignorant, like don't know much, that keep certain traditions. They have really strong emunah. They have simple faith, and the Baal Shem Tov praises them for having that simple faith. So in one story, he goes to an old couple's home. They prepare a little room for him to do his thing, and he goes up to do his yichudim, his various meditations, his mystical unifications. And he comes back downstairs shortly after and says, I can't work here. And they're saying, well, what happened? And he said, well, you too with your simple faith. Every time you guys just say Baruch Hashem, it accomplishes so much more in the upper worlds than all of my mystical unifications. That's like a classic Baal Shem Tov story. That he's telling this simple Jewish couple that they're not on his level, obviously, on a spiritual, mystical level. They're just like a simple, traditional Jewish couple, but he's telling them that they just simply, out of their simple faith, they thank God, they say Baruch Hashem, and it accomplishes more in the spiritual worlds than all of his amazing meditations and elevations and all that he does. What's the purpose of that story? It's to uplift people who are of simple faith and don't really know all the details and are not on that level. But even they are, amazing and good and should keep going. And another famous story that I like is the Baal Shem Tov comes to a town, and one of the Jews says, thank God that you're here, because I have this one Siddur, but I don't understand anything in the Siddur. So every day I read the whole Siddur. I want to pray, I want to be close to Hashem, but I don't know anything. So he says, every day I read the Siddur from beginning to end, because I don't understand any of it. So the Baal Shem Tov sat down with him for however long, for a few hours, and explained the whole Siddur and put bookmarks. So, okay, this is the morning prayer, this is the afternoon prayer, this is the nighttime prayer. He explained everything to him and left. And the Jew escorted him out of the town. And then he comes back home, and the book fell off the table, and all the bookmarks came out. The Siddur fell, and all the bookmarks came out. And he says, oh my gosh, when's the next time I'm going to see a rabbi? I don't know what I'm doing. So he ran after the Baal Shem Tov, tried to catch up to him, to come back and help me again. Sorry, And he runs after the Baal Shem Tov, sees him from a distance, come up to a big river, whatever it was, one of these big Eastern European rivers. And the Baal Shem Tov takes out a handkerchief, does something, flies across the river. Okay, so the Jew comes to the river, doesn't know what to do, takes out his handkerchief, does the thing, flies across the river. Right? Catches the Baal Shem Tov, tells him, I'm so sorry, Kvod Harav, the book fell and everything's lost, please come back and show me again, and who knows, I'm never going to have another chance. And the Baal Shem Tov says, okay, no problem, but wait, how did you get here? He says, what do you mean? I just followed you. He says, yeah, but the river, how did you fly across the river? He says, well, I saw you do it, so I did the same thing. And the Baal Shem Tov told him, well, in that case, just keep doing what you're doing. Keep reading the whole Siddur. So these stories of the Baal Shem Tov, they're all pretty much the same. They're all that he's meeting simple Jews, and they're still so powerful, despite all they have is simple faith, and they don't even know how to read the Siddur, and they don't know the basics of prayers, and yet they're as if on the same level as he is, right?